When I tell people I'm trying to reach financial independence before I turn 30 years old, I usually get a stare back more blank than a mannequin's. I mean, you can see the gears turning. It just doesn't compute for some people. So today, I wanted to talk about why people are so confused by the financial independence retire early movement and what they get wrong about it. I'm the FIRE man, and I've known since high school that I was going to reach financial independence before traditional retirement age. And that's because thanks to my financially savvy parents, I've been learning about money since I was a little kid. Really as long as I can remember. That was only reinforced in college when I was a business major and focused on finance. And now that I've actually begun my career as a data analyst, I'm well on my way to actually reaching financial independence.
Unfortunately, most people didn't get that educational background. And most people assume that financial independence in your 30s, much less your 20s, is just impossible. And that's why I made this channel.
First off, I'm pretty sure that most people have never even heard about the financial independence retire early or FIRE movement. And if you're hearing about it for the first time, I'm really glad you're here. But either way, a lot of people don't even realize that it's an option. That's a real bummer, but it's not that surprising. I mean, I didn't learn anything that I learned in school. I don't think schools want to get into something that personal. But that means they leave it up to people's parents. And if I've learned anything, it's that a lot of people's parents are also really terrible with their money. And it's not just something that everybody thinks of on their own. Even when I was studying business in college, a lot of my classmates had never considered retiring early. These people had all of the tools and all of the skills to do the math for themselves, but they didn't. Nobody had connected the dots for them and showed them that if they did the right things, they could retire by 30. And that means there are a lot of people that have made enough money to be financially independent, but they don't know what to do with that money. And if you don't know what to do with your money, trust me, there's a million companies that want you to spend it.
Still, even if someone totally understands the math and the logic behind reaching financial independence, it's not normalized enough. And that's because for every one of me trying to reach financial independence by 30, there's 1,000 people that are spending every penny they earn. I think a really unfortunate consequence of this is that a lot of people assume you have to be special to reach financial independence. And obviously, the people that earn more could reach financial independence faster if they wanted to, but you don't have to be Graham Stephan. It's not all or nothing.
Money grows exponentially, so even if you don't reach financial independence by 30 like I'm trying to do, your wealth will actually continue to accelerate as you work longer. So what if it takes until 40 or even 50? That's still better than at least 90% of Americans. All I'm saying is you shouldn't necessarily have the same goals as me. You can still get years, if not decades, of your life back. Now, there's one response that I get that absolutely drives me crazy, and that's when people say, "Why are you trying to retire early? What will you even do with all of your time?" Really? Are you kidding me? Can you not think of anything better that you'd like to do other than just sit in a cubicle for the rest of your life? I mean, touch grass. More seriously, you could read a book, pick up hobbies, go see the world, volunteer somewhere, fill your time with people you care about, go to the gym and get healthier. If you can't figure out how to fill your time, you're not being creative enough. Stop making excuses and find some things that are really worth pursuing. And look, if you do want to continue working, that's fine. Just have a purpose behind it. Find a job you really love or work for a nonprofit. Work part-time if you like that structure. You could even earn to give, where you donate your salary to charity since you no longer need it. Another response I get a lot, how are you going to retire early? Saving millions of dollars takes a really long time. That's right, saving millions of dollars would take a long time. But I don't have to. When people ask me this, they're really projecting. To live their lifestyle, I probably would need millions of dollars. But that's because most people are bleeding money even when making routine purchases, and I'm not even talking about their $50,000 car or their huge mansion that they definitely don't need. I don't live like that, so I don't need millions of dollars. See, how much you need to retire depends directly on how much you spend every year. So by not wasting my money on garbage and cutting costs where I can, I estimate I probably need around $500,000 to retire, much less millions.
Moral of the story, financial independence might be a lot easier than a lot of people think, if you're disciplined. Still, it does take a while. Even for me, it'll take years, and for most people, it'll take a decade, maybe more. And even worse, people are notoriously bad at setting long-term goals and sticking to them.
That's why I made this channel. So maybe if you haven't already, you should smash the subscribe button, turn on notifications so you can follow along. Just a thought. All of the mistakes people make are nothing compared to the one I get most often, which is when people say, "But Charles, won't you be sad and miserable if you don't spend all of your money?" No, I won't be. Won't you be sad and miserable when you have to spend half of your conscious hours working just to support your lifestyle? Are you kidding me? That sounds so much worse. Spending money doesn't make people happier. It gives you a short-term serotonin boost or whatever it is, but that's temporary. And even worse, to keep getting that fleeting boost, you have to keep buying more and more of that thing that you didn't even need in the first place.
In fact, financial independence has actually made me so much happier because I've started to focus on the things that really matter to me. Instead of being the flashiest guy with the most expensive clothes or newest phone, I can be financially independent. And to me, that's a lot more important. I don't know about you, but financial independence is more important to me than impressing my Instagram feed. Your call, though.
So not only am I saving tons of money by changing my perspective, I'm also finding the things that really, truly, and genuinely bring me joy. And guess what? None of those things come in a box. There are things like independence and spending time with friends, unexpected encounters with cute dogs. Today I only had time to talk about why so many people are confused by the financial independence retire early movement. To see why absolutely everyone in the world should be pursuing financial independence, you need to watch this video. Thanks so much, see you next time.